Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. My name is William Plant. I'm a residential real estate agent in Quebec, and less than a year ago I made a drastic change to my business. That is to say, after 3 months I left my agency. I was with Sutton Demeure in Quebec, and I left to join the big family at EXP. Why did I leave Sutton Demeure? You will find out today in this video. First of all, I wanted to talk to you about the problems I encountered at the beginning of my journey at Sutton Demeure. When I started at Sutton, I was a new agent. I had never made a sale in my life. I was previously a radio host, so basically, apart from talking, giving the weather and discussing the news, I didn't know much, especially not about sales, etc. What I really needed was for someone to take me by the hand for my first transaction so that I could understand how it works. I have a pretty good memory. Once I've done something once, twice, or 3 times with someone, after that, I'm good to go on my own. And I didn't have that at Sutton. What I expected was that we would have support, but I was told, "Will, you've never made a sale. That's not a big deal. We will look at your goals. We can sit down together. We will be able to achieve them, and we will be able to guide you to accomplish your objectives." Finally, well, the first month goes by, we have a few training sessions on how Centris works, etc. But that's about it, and I was waiting. I thought, well, maybe it will be later, etc. And, well, after 2-3 months, I had no transactions. Nothing was happening in my business, meaning I was in my office at home, twiddling my thumbs. When I didn't know what to do, I would go to the office at Sutton, and I had nothing else to do except chat with Bécotier about everything and nothing because, well, I mean, if we don't have business, we don't have business, so we chat. And you will understand that a business like this, in the long term, is not feasible. It is not viable either. But I told myself, look, it's not a big deal, Will. Give yourself 3 to 4 years. Start building your brokerage business. I was still doing radio full-time, so I was mixing the two to eventually, in 2, 3, 4 years, be able to leave my radio job to finally be full-time in real estate brokerage. But, well, I mentioned it to you. Lack of training, lack of support. I have my friend Nassim, who at the time simply left Sutton and eventually joined EXP. And I thought to myself, what is this EXP? I had heard about it, but not much more, and finally I became more interested in what the model was, what the type was, the group, etc. Because there are several groups at EXP, it is important to make the right choice from the start. So I ultimately joined the Wolf Pack. And with the Wolf Pack, we are finally offered a wide range of training and all that. In short, I won't go into details, maybe in another video, but all this to say, Nassim is joining EXP. Well, not having any knowledge in the field, in brokerage or in sales, etc., I had a listing that was priced way too high, a condo at $300,000 when it was actually worth maybe $250,000. But, well, I wanted to please my client. I didn't know how it worked, so that's what I did for my very first listing. In the end, after some discussions, I joined the team, and even before I got to EXP, they were giving me tips on how to renegotiate my contracts, ultimately renegotiating the sale of the condo in question. And finally, 2 weeks later, it was sold, while I had already been twiddling my thumbs for a month and a half, wondering how I could sell that condo. I had no requests for visits, I had nothing. Finally, we managed to renegotiate and discuss everything with the techniques and all that. I was able to lower the price to $270,000, and it ended up selling for $265,000, so we were very, very close to that. Considering it was my first transaction ever, I was honestly extremely proud of it despite everything. So that was my first transaction, and afterwards, when I saw the support I received, I thought, well, I don't have it right now, I will go look. And I switched to EXP. And in February of this year, I changed, and my month of February became overbooked. That is to say, before, I had a schedule with almost no appointments, and I went to full weeks, filled with visits, filled with clients who were interested in eventually buying. In short, I was overbooked, and I was wondering how I was going to manage all of that.
I completed 3 transactions in my month of February, whereas I hadn't done any in the previous 3 months. I managed to condense everything into 1 month. And afterwards, there was the EXPCon, where I discovered more about my agency. I was able to learn more about content creation, online videos, marketing, and how to prospect them. All of that I ended up becoming well versed in that area. And I also discovered our property sharing program, which is exclusive to the Wolf Pack. You won't find this property sharing anywhere else in any other group at EXP. And I discovered that. Then I shared Daniel's property with us, and I attracted 5 buyers who went to visit that house. I ended up with 2 purchase offers. I continued to sell with them, and ultimately, I managed to close 2 transactions. Within 2 weeks with those people who were interested in seeing Daniel's house thanks to the property sharing program. Well, I don't need to tell you that, indeed, because of this, I was able to develop my business. I managed to achieve in 6 months the goal I had set for myself in a year, which at first I didn't think was possible until I decided to take that step forward. Sometimes in real estate, and maybe you experience this at home too, we find ourselves in a situation where we don't really know what to do. We see our goals, we see the work that needs to be done, but we don't quite understand how we're going to achieve them. Sometimes it's just because we aren't well surrounded. So it's really important to have a good support network, people who help you leverage yourself, but that's what it is, who help push you, who help you grow within an organization. Ultimately, this is really the motto of EXP, where pros go to grow. So, in short, that was my story. Here's why I left certain new homes to join EXP, and if I had to start that journey again, I would do it 100%. The thing with the video is not to tell you, hey, leave your agency at all costs and come to EXP. Not at all. It's more about the aspect that sometimes we think we're doing well in one place. But ultimately, after reflection, we look at our business and ask ourselves, who benefits the most from this? Is it the agency director? Is it my colleagues? Is it me? Who is it? Who benefits the most? Because let's not forget, you are running a business, and at the end of the day, it's you who earns, it's you who pays your taxes, and it's you who is the master of your business. So if you want to learn more about the EXP model, if you want to know how I managed to achieve my goal in 6 months, even in less than 6 months, feel free to write to me. I would be happy to help you. All the details are in the description, so if you want to learn more, feel free to book a time with me so we can discuss it further. With that, I wish you an excellent day. Subscribe for more tips and tricks in real estate, and we'll see each other very soon. Ciao.